Hello, welcome back. Last time I did the first half of this room, took the potion, and manipulated a Slayer a whole bunch, which I found out later I wasn't actually supposed to do. Apparently what I did was not the intended way through the room. I'll check demos after I do this route. I don't want to accidentally land on a demo that does it the other way. So a thing about a level like this, where each room has two solutions, if I just look at the demo list here, I don't know which solution any of these actually does. It'll be whichever that player did that was faster. So that's interesting. Can't necessarily see a demo for every route in this room. Anyway, so if I don't take the decoy potion, I go in here, and things are different. I could avoid this, and walk out here if I wanted. Omplic sits there, hasn't moved. How do my goals in the room change? I get to interact with this evil eye differently. Perhaps actually put it up here, which I know how to do. Still gotta stab the water skipper. I note that the route to it is currently quite open. However, that looks like... no, it's not a problem. I could just stab it. The actual problem, though, is that this closes those. So what do I do about that exactly? I don't know. So right, if I stab this, so that blows up, that closes. This closes those and reopens this. Also blows up those powder kegs, so probably those will come into play somehow. Anyway, so if I do that, I get trapped in there, obviously. If I do this, all the monsters come for me. If I were to do this, I'd have access to that. I was doing some crazy stuff with the Slayer earlier to try to get him to look at this door, then come back to that. But ultimately it wasn't going to lead me to where I needed to be. But I think I see a problem here. Okay, so I still have to step on this. Last time I did that by just keeping the Slayer and the Goblin alive till the end, or something? Pressing these early wouldn't help anybody, right? Well, it might, if I move the Goblin first. But no, the Goblin's gotta be there. For this. That's the only thing that interacts with that. Okay, so definitely something, not necessarily the Goblin, but definitely something has to be on that plate when I want to stab the skipper. Okay. So, where do I start? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. I'm kind of trying to untangle the entire mess of these pressure plates all at once, which maybe isn't the way to go. So I can stab this water skipper, yes. Then I get stuck. Okay, so the smallest change between what I did and what would work would be for, after I stab this water skipper, something to either step onto or off of these plates. So this is in that row. If I had a monster somehow stuck here that wouldn't somehow go across here and would slide up there when I stabbed the skipper, it would still arrive here one turn too early. Because, like, if I had somebody standing there and there... well, no, but this still doesn't work. Because, again, I have to have this plate pressed to stab the skipper. Nothing else keeps this door open. This plate must be pressed. So, therefore, these will have to be in the... these will have to be unpressed when I get in here. Right? Because, yeah, nothing else interacts with those. Except for this. So, I mean, again, the other choice would be to push a Slayer up here, like I did before. Which worked pretty well. So why wouldn't I just do that? So just take the Slayer along. I guess because I don't have a decoy to hold a Goblin on this. So what would go here in that case? I'm just trying to do my old solution again, basically. Maybe I should come up with something different. What could these possibly do? I don't know. Nothing that's obvious to me. Don't really want the Omtlik to move. Should just stay there. If I step on that, it will move. So yeah, I think without the decoy, I just don't want to step on this. Okay. But I'm gonna have to if I want those monsters out, which I do, because there's no other way I'm going to have anybody step on these, right? Okay, so what? Alright, so possible first steps. Step here to close that. No thanks. Awaken this. Is there anything this could do other than go here? I wonder what this force arrow is for. I guess to force me to... Well, no, it didn't seem like that was necessary to force me to do what I did with Evil Eye when I came in this route. Other first steps. Right, awaken Evil Eye, put it here. Awaken Evil Eye, don't put it there, but I think I want to. I just don't know how to interact with these. Other than, like, trap a goblin on it, trap a slayer on it, just to get this at the end. This toggles those force arrows. Okay, let's do something. Let's not do that something. Let's do a different something. Here, Evil Eye, wake up. And come here. Go there. Altlick, really? Well, okay. No, not okay. So the Altlick makes that tricky. We can do this. Will that help? Yes. Maybe. Yes. Sure. Okay. So there's that. This is open. I could do this if I wanted to. Do I want to? I don't know. So yeah, still the problem with this... No, wait. This does toggle those arrows. Oh, okay. So releasing this will release monsters from those plates. Oh, okay. Cool. Problem is, though... Multiple. There are several. If I open this, those close. And that closes. Like, this is the real problem here. I guess the Slayer can stand here, but then he'll affect that. So that's not what I want. Also, Omtlik is out. This seems bad. I don't feel like this goes anywhere good. Well, yeah, the Slayer can't be there if he's trapped on this. But the Goblin would not need to... Alright, fine, let's just kill this Goblin. Kill this guard. For now. Meaning I've accomplished nothing other than just, like, getting the Altlick off of where it was supposed to have been. Slayer, just do your thing. Just make one more step. There we go. Now stop making steps. There we go. Omtlik is not in the right place. I can't avoid the Slayer. That happens. Slayer steps off. Bomb goes off. Nope. Nothing useful happened there. Okay, this route seems a lot less intuitive to me than the other one. Still no idea what these fire traps are for. I mean, this will just reopen. There's no reason I would ever need a powder keg to kill a monster in here. Unless it was, like, something that was blocking the Altlick beam, but again, I would still never need that. I just want the Altlick to stay there until I'm through here and back through there. Alright, so Altlick needs to either be locked in there, which means I wouldn't step on this, which means I would get none of these. Wait, what? Okay, right, that's just to get the decoy out. Or something. Also, what are the tunnels for? Resetting Slayer Wisp, I guess? Maybe? It is unclear to me. Everything is. So, I mean, this is, like, by default, I would expect this to be the harder way to do the room without the extra tool. That's not necessarily always true, though. So tell me very specifically what's wrong with doing this. These close, and I have no one to reopen them. But in this setup, someone would have to step back onto these, or onto here. So the reason I was able to bring a Slayer in and park him on that plate and then get back out, which sounds great, the reason that was able to work was because I had the Omtlik beam reflected on a decoy sword. Could I have him reflected on a guard sword? As I walk around this entire arc, no matter where I put a guard in this area, he's going to turn his sword at some point. So I feel like the answer's probably no. If a goblin were over here, this is 3 tiles away, I couldn't influence him in any way other than just keeping him in my own row. So I couldn't, like, put my sword here and make a goblin want to be there while I do that. And also I need the sword here for the skipper. Okay. Okay. Great. So can I take it as a given that I have to do this? I mean, there's the evil eye still. Could I do anything else with the evil eye? Not down here. I'm north of this. Like, convincing anything to step onto one of these... Okay. From the north, the only way I could ever convince anything to step onto this plate would be a Slayer who sees this door closed and desires to open it. That same Slayer could not also step on this because he can't see both doors closed at the same time and want to open both of them. There's only one of him. He can't split his body apart. So this, for this to press while I'm in there, again, just really feels like it requires a Slayer. Well, actually, I could maybe work with that. Yeah, okay, I think I see a possibility here. Let's see, which way around would this be? I'd probably press it with the evil eye. Still have an Omtlik problem. Still have an Omtlik problem. People who can cross this barrier. Me, Slayer, Guard. Not Omtlik, not Goblin, not Evil Eye. Huh. Still looking for some kind of guard or slay. Okay, so Slayer Hook is easier to keep in one place than Guard Sword. Do I need to reflect the Omtlik beam on a Slayer Hook? Maybe I could do that for long enough to do my business here. Then once I'm done with that, I can do the rest of the Slayer manipulation. Okay. So what about the guard and the goblin? Do I want to interact with them? And let's see, I will want not to press this? Okay, so let's try killing the guard and the goblin. I assume I probably need them for something, but I sure don't know what. I mean, I guess one thing would be for eventually holding one of these while the Slayer holds the other one. Because those both have to be held for me to be able to open this. So one of you has to survive. Or maybe the evil eye could, but the evil eye can't hold one of these very easily. Might be possible, though. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know about any of this. Let me do that thing I did before, where I put the guard... Goblin. There. Where I put the guard in this spot. I had a way to make that happen. That was it. I did it. So Slayer is there. So sure, let me move him up here-ish. Face your hook to the north. He's not going to do that. Face your hook to the south. Alright, so Altlick makes it hard to turn my hook. Or what passes for a hook as Delvers go. Almost. No, don't go north. Face me. Face me. Mm-hmm. Then Altlick. Well, I'm not going to have these be able to happen both simultaneously. Well, hang on. So if I reset his Wisp, that might have some promise to it. So what if Wisp follows me right up here like this? You keep on facing south. I'm going to face away from you. No, I have to face this way. Okay. So, no, don't change your facing, you jerk. And now your Wisp just finds me, so that's useless. Well, hold on. Okay, still just as useless. Wait, he refaced, but the evil eye. Nope. None of this is going at all like I'd like it to. So close range Slayer manipulation. Easy. Could do it all day. Long range Slayer manipulation, way the heck harder. He's much less cooperative if I have to wisp him around. The solution's probably not something fiddly like this, but how would I ever figure out what it actually is short of this? And the Oblic's not looking at that. What? Ah, okay, so stop trying to do this. It's leading nowhere good. What other options are open to me? So you have to stop here. I don't get a choice about this. You have to be stopped here. I have to press this plate, otherwise I get no tools at all for manipulating this. This is the tool I want. Can't open that any other way. Can't keep the goblin there because I have no decoy. Can't keep the guard there. Can't reclose this. So who's going to stand here? Somebody has to. Could it be the Slayer? Maybe. Let's ignore the Ontlik for a moment and just park the Slayer right here. See what that earns me. Okay, got away from his Wisp. I'm ignoring my Ontlik problem. This happens. However, he does that. Okay, so he'll just kind of naturally go there. Oh, but then, right, so the problem is this closes until I get there. So the Ontlik, that's why the Ontlik has to be in place. This guard's sitting here doing nothing. None of these help me in any... Hold on.
My name is Beethro.
So if I put something on here now... Oh, that changes things. Alright, so in that case, let's change things. So Evil Eye comes here, goes there. Gonna get a Goblin and a Slayer. I think the guard just dies. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know what else to do with him. I should probably drop those. Here. That's here. You, no, guard, don't do that. Actually, I can get the guard on there. Watch. I did it. Okay. So, oh hey, so now I can do this. Okay, so I've done this early. So if I was gonna just kill the guard and the goblin, well, it does mean that I've done this, but I have these two open. So maybe the Slayer could just go and, like, instead of the Omthic stepping on this, maybe the Slayer could do it. Nah, don't do that. Sure, you can still reach that. Oh, but the problem is I'm not on the other side of this door, so the Slayer would have no reason to want to step on that. Okay. So that doesn't help me. Alright, let's try a different hook position. I mean, this is the only convenient one. Ugh. I'm never gonna get a hook anywhere in... Oh, hold on. Well, look where he is now. So put a hook somewhere in that diagonal facing the appropriate way. Kinda like that. That's nice. However, he needs to not be facing this way right now because I need to turn him. That's a way to push him over that way. So if I were to... Don't stab that goblin, though. Is that the right thing? So on those, then here... Yes. Okay, that's what I wanted. His Wisp's gonna reset, which is fine. He turns. Why did you turn? When did you turn? When your Wisp resets. Don't do that. He still did it. So you're gonna turn no matter what when I do that, huh? What about now? No, you just face that way. Great! Fantastic. Okay, so that's not gonna happen. I went back too far. I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the wrong part of the screen. Okay. So... keep facing that way. He's gonna turn as soon as I go through the tunnel. I know he is. I knew he would. How long can I keep you facing that way? No, no time at all. None of time. Alright, so fine, let's map this out. What are all the possible hook positions that could reflect the optic beam? Anywhere in this diagonal, facing northeast or southwest. Anywhere in this row, facing north or south. Which I note lines up conveniently with this, but I don't want that pressed for what I'm doing now. Anywhere in this diagonal, facing northwest or southeast. In this very specific spot, which should be real hard to get a Slayer to stand still in. Would it? Let's try. I mean, I think so. Maybe I'm wrong, though.
Suit up, little man.
How do I make you step that way? Well, let's exchange like this. There. So you're there. One, you're not going to stay there. And two, right, the whole problem with setting up the Slayer is the optic won't be frozen while I'm doing that. Wow, I hate this process. Optic won't be frozen while I'm doing this. Yes, I understand there's probably an easy way to do this, but there are so many just horrific ways to do it. That I'm gonna go down a lot of routes where I'm trying something that's just really awful manipulation in search of something that's not. Like, yeah, find the thing that's not awful among all the things that are is what this puzzle is boiling down to me. For me right now. And I mean, in order to find the non-awful thing, I have to come up with an idea. In order to come up with an idea, I have to try lots of things. In order to try lots of things, I'm going to try lots of awful things. I liked this room the other way. I am hating this room this way. This is awful. That's just the word for it. It's awful. Everything feels bad. Okay, so... Is there something I could do that is not reflecting optic beam on Slayer hook? Because that's leading only to... Okay, what about guard sword? Does anything about being on this... Okay, so being here does align with the guard sword to the northeast, but why the heck would the guard put his sword northwest when he's sitting here if I'm over here? He wouldn't. Unless there's like a powder keg here or something. I can't move these. Or if there's a Slayer there. A Slayer could act as a powder keg for purposes of stopping a guard sword. That's interesting. But then the Slayer's gonna move. Well, how soon? Okay, fine. I'll try that. So, Goblin. You come here. Guard. You go there. You go there.
Suit up, little man.
Slayer. I have a very specific spot for you. Guard's gonna be obnoxious with his sword here, but that's okay. Alright, well, you won't actually do that, will you?
See this outcome?
So to get you to go there might be hard, because you don't want to stab your friend the guard. Isn't there a step that makes you... Okay, so that makes you step that way. But now your sword's all wrong. Okay, there might be something from here. Well, now your hook's all wrong. I had an idea a moment ago. Oh, thanks. Sure, I guess I have to step on that at some point. Well, if I could move you one south, maybe. Can I get you to step south from there with your hook like that? I think the answer is no. Unless there's some Slayer move I don't know that I could use. I don't necessarily know all the moves, but... Okay, so what about this weird pattern I'm seeing where, like, we're in that formation and I can do this? That's cool, but guard's sword is there. Doesn't help me get the hook there. Okay, so hang on, what about... Great, so now No, don't step north. Do anything but stepping north. There we go. There we go. He's in place.
Take a death nap?
Alright, Slayer, you are now a powder keg. Yeah, good luck getting the alt like here, facing southwest,
My hook reaches far.
in a way that will do what I want. Okay, here, let's have some good luck. How's that sound? So you did it. I'm being wisped. The Slayer hook disrupted that pattern. Now I'm being beamed. Oh. As soon as he wisps away from there, he stops being a powder keg. Can't make it out here before Wisp happens. Could I face him another way? Unlikely, but maybe?
Sword up, little man.
Could I keep you facing like that? Or like this? Unlikely, but what if I'm really far away? That way you'll, like, turn further when I do this or something? Are you currently disrupting that? Does that reflect? No, with both there it doesn't. Okay, well let's do one more iteration of this. Doesn't help me. What if I threaten you with my sword? Well, then you'll turn toward me and block the omplik. What if I make you face way over... Well, it's not really way over there. That's as far over as I can get. It's not great. That doesn't even make the omplik face another way. It has to be there. Slayer has no interest in turning. That doesn't do anything like what I want. That doesn't do what I want. Okay, so this is a dead end. I found another one. Okay. I am like seriously running out of patience for this. Guess I don't have to do this today. Like, I'm just to the point where I do not want to play this room at all anymore. Ugh. This is the only thing on this level that's given me such a strong reaction. But it sure is giving it to me.
Lie down and stop breathing for me.
Everything about this pressure plate is just not agreeing with me. Alright, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm too angry. I'm not going to come up with any good ideas. Especially when they all lead to such misery. All the wrong ones. Having all the wrong ideas leads to misery in this room. I'm sure the correct route is fine. I just can't. I don't have a way to get to it without going through the misery first. Okay. Ugh. Ah. Pressing escape. Quit game. That wasn't the quit game button. Alright. I'll see you next time, I guess.